a few years ago. While Gillian wasted his time trying to cure his daughter, Virgo is glad that he put himself through countless battles to grow stronger. He's pretty sure this Walmart version of Zeus is no match for him now. Virgo quickly picks up the 3 daggers from the ground and throws them directly at Gillian. But the Giga Chad Gillian stops them with his bare hand as if they are nothing. When Virgo charges again, Gillian swings his axe once more. Virgo avoids the hit, coming mere inches away from the old man's skull. Gillian quickly imbues his hand with mana and stops the dagger mid-air. He then spoke to Virgo, asking if this was really all the reason he had for seeking vengeance. Virgo is caught off guard after seeing Gillian channel mana just to catch the dagger. It does not take him long to realize that Gillian had not been showing his true strength until now. Before Virgo could react, Gillian's axe struck him brutally in the face, sending him flying into a nearby tree with great force. The old man approached, his voice calm but firm as he questioned why Virgo hadn't come for him earlier if all he wanted was revenge. Virgo sneers and admits that he has already visited Gillian's old home, but there's no trace of the Ratatosk Mercenaries captain. All that's left was a feeble old man, too weak to be worth killing. The thought that the man Virgo once looked up to is gone now was brutal. Gillian can clearly see the spirit of a warrior in Virgo, so he tosses his sword to him and unsheathes his other blade. He reminds Virgo about how he is now bound to another's will, but for this moment, he's ready to show his former comrade the highest level of respect as the captain of the Ratatosk Mercenaries. For Virgo, this feels like a dream come true. He quickly grabs the dagger and launches himself into battle. The two clash with all their might, their weapons exchanging blows at such speed that only sparks fly. They seem evenly matched, standing on equal footing, until Gillian strikes. He thrusts his blade into Virgo's ribs with brutal force. Despite the savage blow, Virgo refuses to give up. He pushes forward and retaliates back, but his last attack is futile, and Gillian is on the verge of severing Virgo's head. In that moment, Gillian speaks. He promises his former comrade that he will remember him as the 5th unit commander of the Ratatosk Mercenaries, Virgo Villanos. For Virgo, it's a heartwarming moment. To be recognized by the captain of the Ratatosk Mercenaries fills him with pride. He smiles one last time before Gillian's sword ends the life of this proud warrior. Once the fight is officially over, Gillian grabs the dagger his comrade was using. Ghislaine also comes out of the carriage with Belinda, and the first thing they notice is the shit ton of limbs and dead bodies scattered around. Belinda comments how they could easily bring in quite a bit of money by looting these dead bodies. Gillian bows his head in apology for the unnecessary delays, but our boy reassures him that there's no need to worry about it. He then can't help but recognize just how exceptional Gillian is, far more than he had originally thought. You see, in Ghislaine's previous life, when he first left home to start his mercenary work, the stories about Gillian were a significant influence in laying the foundation for him to eventually become the mercenary king. Now, he's grateful that his quick actions have earned him such a reliable comrade. He then notices Gillian holding onto the dagger Virgo was using, so he asks the big guy if he knew that person. Gillian quickly confirms that he does remember this person. He even mentions that they were once old comrades. The mention of old comrades causes Ghislaine to reflect on his friends from his previous life. He wonders what they might be doing now. Since he had not met them at this time in his previous life, he's sure they are living their own lives. But he plans to find them and recruit them into his party as well. Anyway, now that everything is cleared, he decides to follow Belinda's suggestion and gather anything valuable these guys have. The lady happily acknowledges it and commands Gillian to take the lead and collect them for us. But the brute warrior reminds her that he is not her subordinate. 2 days later, we find ourselves in Perdium territory after many days. Our party has finally made it into their land after riding for what feels like forever. The brute asks if this is Perdium, to which our boy confirms. When Ghislaine peeks at his territory through the carriage, he feels good to have a home to return to. When he first ran away from home, he thought he would be able to come back at any time, but he was dead wrong. He then turns to Gillian and asks for his opinion about this place. The brute is momentarily caught off guard to hear this and is not sure how to respond, so he just says it's great. But our boy knows that this place is awful, and as much as Gillian hates to admit it, it's indeed in a bad state. All the houses are outdated, renovations are out of the question, and the fields are completely uncultivated. All the farmers have been conscripted into the military, leaving the land forcibly fallow. Gillian then reveals the rumors he has heard that Perdium is always at war because of the northern barbarians. But after seeing it firsthand, the situation is worse than Gillian had expected. To which my guy states that this is one of the many problems he wants to resolve, and this is precisely why he needs the strength of the Ratatosk Mercenaries captain. He's sure it will be a long battle, a battle to eliminate everything connected to Duke Delphine and to protect what was taken for granted. Our boy will revive this land no matter what. Once they finally make their way through the pavement of the castle, Belinda is shocked when she notices something unexpected in their way. The man in front of them is actually our boy's father, the man who had been missing since the beginning of this series. At the Perdium castle, we see some men talking to the Count. The Count suggested that they reduce their forces. The men were surprised to hear this. One of them said that it will be difficult to maintain the front lines properly if they cut their forces down. Another man advised the Count to request more support from the Rayfold family. The general administrator revealed to the men that the Rayfolds were the one who reduced the support fund. He said that the Rayfolds are gathering soldiers and stockpiling food right now. The knight in the room was surprised to hear this. Another man said that they need the funds because they need to rebuild the Forest of Beasts garrison that got partially destroyed during the last battle against the orcs. According to the man, reducing the Night Order's forces is barely enough to give them some breathing space. He said that reducing the forces poses a significant risk. Ghislain watched the men as they argued. He found this to be normal. The knight in front of him was the knight captain. His name is Randolph. The man with a lot of beards is the treasurer. His name is Albert. The general administrator's name is Homer. Our boy wondered about how long it has been since he saw his father as the young Lord of Perdium. It has only been a few months. However, it has been several decades for him as the mercenary king. Ghislain called out to his father and welcomed him back home. The Count found it odd that his son did this. The Count's name is Dwalter Pertium. As a child, Ghislain never liked his father for being so strict and serious all the time. But now it was different for him. He could now see it. He could see the countless burdens of exhaustion and fatigue weighing on the Count's shoulders. He understood the responsibilities of the Lord of the Land. Dwalter took a sip of his tea and revealed to his son that he heard he left the castle for a week. Ghislain told him that he visited the Rayfolds. Dwalter asked him if he did not cause trouble there. Our boy told him that he didn't. The treasurer turned to Ghislain. He told him that he heard that he won a duel against Cain and won some money. He actually found this hard to believe with a serious look on his face. Albert asked him if he went to Rayold to gamble. Ghislain was annoyed to hear that the man thought that he went to gamble when he actually went to invest. He told him that he actually had some business with Amelia. Homer told Ghislain that he needs to think before he acts. He reminded him that he will be the one to take over Perdium. With an unbothered look on his face, our boy told him that he understands. He asked him not to worry about it. Homer was annoyed to see that Ghislain was ignoring his advice. This simply made him more worried. The Count placed his tea down and asked his subordinates to stop. He told his son that he heard that he made some good trouble while he was away. Ghislain wondered about what his father was talking about. Dwalter asked his son if it is true that he executed Jamal and Philip for trying to sell Elena away. Ghislain was surprised to see that his father was referring to those worthless knights. The knight captain said that it was impossible for our boy to kill the two knights by himself. He said that the two knights must have fought against each other and the story got exaggerated. He believed that Ghislain only delivered the final blow. Ghislain understood why Randolph seemed to be angry despite the knights being traitors. The fact that they died at our boy's hand did not sit well with the captain. Ghislain decided to avoid any trouble. He went with the story that Randolph concocted. With an arrogant smile on his face, Randolph said that he knew it. The Count told his son that he did a great job. He was shocked to hear this. Dwalter did not care about how his son took care of them. He said that the most important thing is that Elena is alive. This was the first compliment that Ghislain has ever gotten from his father. He told his father that he has a request to make. Dwalter was surprised to hear this. Homer told our boy that he needs to stop now if it is money that he is going to ask for. Randolph agreed with him. He asked Ghislain to remember all the trouble he has caused so far. With a look of anger on his face, Randolph reminded him that he sold military provisions to get gambling money. He lit the front gate on fire to grill an army horse and melted all the armors to forge some worthless legendary sword. Ghislain could not talk back to the captain. Although he didn't remember these things, he knew that he must have done them at one point in time. He revealed to his father that he simply wants to get permission from him. The Count asked him about what he needs permission for. Our boy revealed to them that he will like to pioneer the Forest of Beasts. The men were shocked to hear this. Ghislain smiled at them confidently. The scene shifts, and we see our boy in his bedroom with a confident look on his face. He revealed to them that his father denied his request. According to him, Dwalter freaked out and began to yell at him. Belinda was not surprised to hear this. She told her master that this was expected. She said that the place is filled with monsters. She told Ghislain that there is nothing to gain from taking care of the monsters. Ghislain asked Ghislain if he has heard his plan from Belinda. The man said that he has. He said that our boy plans to pioneer the Forest of Beasts with the funds he received from Amelia. Gillian explained to his master that the forest is a forest of death which no one can return alive from. Because of this, nothing is known about the place and everyone avoids it. The forest's notoriety is already well known in other regions. With a smile on his face, Ghislain told his guard that he is well informed about the forest. He told him that there is actually nothing to gain from entering the forest. He stood up and walked towards his door. He told Gillian that they need to get started. Belinda reminded her master that he did not receive permission from the Count. She asked him if he is still going to proceed anyway. Ghislaine turned around and explained to her that he did not actually need his father's permission. He said that he simply asked out of courtesy. He told her that he needs to do this. Belinda did not understand why her master was adamant about going there. She asked him to tell her what is in the forest that he is so obsessed with it. Ghislaine told her that he will tell her later. He knew that things will be bad for him if he was to reveal it now and the word spreads. If our boy is able to successfully pioneer the forest, he will get massive funds. At a place not too far away from the forest's entrance, there is a massive runestone vein buried there. When or is infused with mana, a runestone is created. It is an extremely rare mineral that mages are absolutely crazy about. It is used in all sorts of magical tools, things like barriers, magic circles, magic scrolls, alchemy, and magic research. It is basically used in anything that uses mana. In his previous life, Duke Deline was the one who discovered it, but now, only Ghislaine has this important piece of information. Belinda could not see through her master's intentions. She decided to give up. She knew that he must have a plan. Gillian told him that he will follow his orders. Ghislaine asked Belinda to head to the nearby guild and hire some mercenaries. He said that 200 mercenaries will be enough. Belinda could not believe that her master was not holding back on spending the money that he risked his life to get. Gillian asked him if he is certain about this. He explained to his master that mercenaries are a rough and unruly bunch. He said that it will be hard to control them if a lot of them are gathered in one place. They might even turn on their employer and take everything for themselves. Ghislaine told him that he is right. He said that the two of them are going to personally pick out the useful ones. Gillian asked him to explain what he means. Our boy revealed to him that they are going to the most skilled group among the small-scale mercenary groups in the north. With a nervous look on his face, Gillian asked his master if he is referring to the crazy dogs. He explained to him that the crazy dogs are quite skilled, but they will turn on their employer if things go south. The crazy dogs are known as the Cerberus Mercenaries. Ghislaine told his guard that they need to go put a leash on the crazy dogs. The scene shifts and we see Gillian guiding his master's horse as they walked up a hill. The Cerberus Mercenaries were on the outskirts of the Zimbar territory. One of them spotted Ghislaine and Gillian coming from afar. He told his colleague that they have arrived. The man laughed when he heard this. He referred to Ghislaine as a poor soul and said that they do not know what they are walking into. The man took another look at Ghislaine. He realized that he was a noble. He believed that they were going to make a lot of money off our boy. While the man was looking at Ghislaine through his spyglass, someone grabbed him. The man screamed out in pain. The men in the camp were surprised to hear his voice. Ghislaine was the one who grabbed his head. He raised him up with one hand. The man called Gillian a bastard and asked him about what he is doing. Gillian threw the man with so much force that the upper half of his body got pushed into the sand. The mercenaries were annoyed to see what was done to their comrade. They began to yell at Gillian. They asked him if he has lost his mind. A mercenary stepped out of the crowd. He told Gillian that he can't act reckless just because he is from a noble family. The mercenary held a chain and a hook with a smile